Hello YouTube, my name's Jason and this is Lineware. Today I'm going to teach you about the wildcards and generics. And before I can do that, I need to give you a little briefing on subtypes. So let's go ahead and begin. And the first thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll create a class. And we'll call this class bottle. And this bottle is going to hold unknown objects, so we're just going to throw a T inside of it. And of course not that. And then we want to go ahead and make it where it gets a value. So we'll just put T right there, and then we'll just go ahead and throw some setters and getters on here. So now we have our setters and getters. But it doesn't end right there. What we need to do is we need to go ahead and start a chemistry experiment. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a class, and we're going to call this class element. And we're not going to put anything inside of it, and then we're just going to create two other elements that extend element, because that is the superclass of our elements. And we're going to create chlorine and we're going to create alcohol. So if we wanted to say class chlorine extends element, because it extends element because it is a element. Now we have chlorine created, and let's go ahead and create alcohol as well. Alcohol. And this also extends element because it is a element. So now we have these two elements that extend element. And we have a bottle created that we're going to put these elements inside of. So what we need is we're going to need a bottle of chlorine, we're going to need a bottle of alcohol, and we're going to need just a bottle that can hold elements. So let's go ahead and create these bottles. And the first one we're going to create is a bottle of elements. And we're just going to call this one the amount, and it's going to be a new bottle. And the next one we'll just say chlorine, and this one is going to be Cl, and it's going to be a new bottle, of course, and with the diamond, because if you're using 6 you can't just put that diamond there. If you're using 6 you need to put chlorine right inside the diamond as well. If you're using 7 you're good to go. So, and now we need alcohol, and we'll just call this one Al, or let's call this one beer, and let's make it a new bottle. And of course, finish it. Now, if you remember, subtyping is basically taking one type of item and putting it inside of another one, and them sharing similar classes so they can have the same idea. Say we take int x and make it equal to 7. We can take a double y and make it equal to x. So that's what subtyping is. It's the ability to take one item from a class that is extended by a class, and double and int are extended by something like number, and that's why they can use that same element. But it doesn't work that way with generics. Say if I wanted to take beer and make it equal to element, because it is part of the element class because we made it specifically extend element right here, it won't work because generics doesn't see it that way, and that's why you can't do it. But this is where we get this great thing called the wildcard. And now I'm going to go ahead and go over the wildcard. And for that, we don't need this right here. And it can only use that amount because it is explicitly extended by element. So let's go ahead, and the wildcard is unique as in that if we put this little question mark right here on the front of it and put extends and a space, the reason it can't be equal to this right now is because of the placement I have on it. If I was to change the place of beer and put it on the other side, let's say beer amount equals beer. Now that, and I don't have beer capitalized, so let's go ahead and capitalize beer. So now you notice that the error is gone, and since I didn't have it capitalized originally, let me go ahead and take that off so I can show you. See, now it doesn't get an error. Now it gets an error, now it doesn't. And that's one of the reasons we use the wildcard. And you can also do that with chlorine. There's also another keyword, and this keyword is called super, and it's also used with the wildcard. And super allows you to use superclasses of it. So you know what subclasses that you can use with it. You want to use element in any subclass with element to use it. But what if you want to use whatever element extends? Whatever extends element. Well, yeah, whatever element extends upon. Well, you'd use the super keyword, whereas the extends keyword is whatever is extended to element. So what we want to do is, if we want to use this one, we'd actually just come over here and we'd change one of alcohol or chlorine. And since we already have beer created, we'll just go ahead and say question mark super. And now we have alcohol. And it's still getting this error, of course, because beer needs to be in the front. I don't know why they do this. This is the actual making it equal to it. But beer equals amount. And now we lose the error. And that's pretty much what wildcards are. So that's pretty much wildcards. That's pretty much all I'm going to go over in this tutorial. I know this one was pretty short, but the next tutorial is pretty long. We're going to be going over erasure, and I just want to go ahead and end it right there. Thank you for watching. My name is Jason. This was Lineware. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and have a great day.